I'm Joshua. I work for Renuo and I'm a software engineer since more than 10 years and I'm turning 40 soon. That's a disaster because the last year was really hard on me. I've started feeling depressed more and more since 2023 because of all the LLMs producing code way more faster than me, and I like to take control over what I do. At least I call myself engineer. Now people are calling themselves prompt engineers, and I think they're just writing. Yeah, and I've started getting depressed, and I want to tell you how I overcame this. Yeah, and that's what I call the beer parable. It's not about drinking beer, but it's about brewing beer. Because I, in my free time, brew craft beer, my own. And yeah, we as a IT industry, I think we are starting to grow up. We start realizing that we need to have control over our processes, like the other industries already do. I mean, mechanical engineering, they built steam engines since 200 years maybe, when they started fiddling around. Don't know how they did it, but we consider them now to be mechanical engineering. They're real engineering. And we are kind of like software fiddlers, software dicers. We ask the genie what it should bring us. And well, maybe we need to change this now. So, and why beer? Because I think the beer industry is even a better model than the mechanical engineering industry. Because the beer industry was always controlling natural processes. It's yeast fermenting, or it's enzymes working on long starch chains and splitting them up into fermentable sugars, so that the yeast can, under controllable environment, produce beer at the end. And well, this needed the first load on a train, for example, in Germany was beer, because infrastructure for transporting beer is very important, considerably more important than, for example, for wine or for distilled liquors or so, because it doesn't cost much. There is a lot of it and you have to transport it somewhere. Or the cooling machine also is a primer for beer production, because you could now produce every beer everywhere. So what happened is that beer companies became very big, very industrialized, very automated, and you end up with Heineken or so, which probably is, well, it's Heineken. It's still a beer. It gets a job done, right? And I think we are standing in front of the similar questions with producing code. Does it just work, or do I have joy when doing it? And for me, the parable to my craft beer producing, where I produce 64 million times less than Heineken does in a year. I produce about 400 liters or so on my 20 liters manual bucket, but I feel joy while doing it. And instead of just going to the corner and grabbing a beer to get a job done, I have to sit down. And for example, I have one beer today in a wood barrel, which will be drinkable in 3 years. So I didn't just go to the corner and buy something like that. And this is why I would like to transfer it to code, and I find it easy. Well, it might not matter to the one who wants to get the job done, but it still matters to me that I can write nice code, and especially in the Ruby community, this is very important to us. And Paolo this morning showed it perfectly. It matters a lot, at least to me, how nice the Ruby code is written.